I see what's happening here. Prohibition changed the USA. Blame it on alcohol. Prohibition. Preachers thought it changed the people's ways. 18th Amendment banned it all. Ruined a lot of families, oh yes it did. Even though people thought it's good. Committing crimes to get it back. What can I say except social change? Prohibition, bullying. Hey, it's okay, social change. I guess it's just our way of changing. Problem inside is bullying. Happens to a quarter of all teens. It has long-term effects for both the victim and the bully. It's really horrible. Oh, also it makes the victim sad. Social change. Bullying is really bad. Also it makes people afraid. Social change. It happened in the last decade. What can I say except social change? Prohibition, bullying. Hey, it's okay, social change. I guess it's just our way of changing. Social change, social change. Welcome to Driving Question. Honestly, I could go on and on. Social issues cause people to change. The temperance movement, that caused prohibition to a pin. The meat packing business, it is not good. The jungle gave us the FDA. What's the issue? What is the change? Prohibition and bullying. And this relates to us. Bullying is in our school. Look where we are, the social change. Look at that social change happening. Hey, 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 hey. Well, anyway, let me say social change. Prohibition, bullying. Hey, it's okay, social change. I guess it's just our way of changing. Hey, it's your day to say social change. Prohibition, bullying. We're going away, social change. I guess it's just a way of changing. Social change, social change. DMV!
People thought it's good, committing crimes to get it back. This goes into a little more depth of how prohibition changed America and how people would commit illegal crimes to get alcohol back.
Okay, I see what's happening here. Prohibition changed the USA. Blame it on alcohol, prohibition. Those are the first 4 lines of our lyrics, and we talk about prohibition a lot because it was one of the social change movements, and people would always blame their problems on alcohol.
Okay, so the next part is, preachers thought it changed the people's ways. 18th Amendment banned it all. Ruined a lot of families, oh yes it did. Even though people thought it's good, committing crimes to get it back. This goes into a little more depth of how prohibition changed America and how people would commit illegal crimes to get alcohol back. Kind of like drugs in America right now, how people try to illegally get drugs. It is the same thing with alcohol back then.
Okay, the chorus of our song is, what can I say except social change? There's prohibition, bullying. Hey, it's okay, social change. I guess it's just our way of changing. So when we say, what can I say except social change? Oh, social change is the topic of this PBL. So we want to include it in the chorus because that's the most important part of our project. Then we say there's prohibition, bullying. Prohibition and bullying are our 2 topics that we chose to research. For bullying was our modern day social change, and prohibition was our old example of social change. And then we just say, hey, it's okay, social change, saying social change again because it's the main part of the song. And then I guess it's just our way of changing. Social change is one of the biggest ways people in society change. So that's our chorus.
Okay, so the next part of our song is, a problem in society's bullying happens to a quarter of all teens. It has long-term effects for both the victim and the bully, and it's really horrible. So right here we're talking about bullying, and we start going through like some facts. Like it happens to a quarter of all teens. So a quarter of all teens in their life get bullied at some point, and it has long-term effects for both the victim and the bully. So even if you bully or are the victim, it's not good for your life later on. And we say that it's really horrible because bullying is not good for anyone.
The next part of our song is, also it makes the victim sad. Bullying is really bad. Also, it makes people afraid. It happened in the last decade. So we put this part in our verse because it mentions something that happens when you bully, which is it makes people afraid. So like if you're the school bully, people are going to be more likely to be afraid of you and not want to be your friend. And that can be emotionally damaging to the bully. It happened in the last decade. We have noticed in the last decade, or in our generation, that there's been more bullying because of cell phones and other things that happened around schools and other things that are becoming more socially acceptable in modern day America. And then we just go to the chorus again, and yeah.
Okay, the next part of our song we say, welcome to driving question. We say that because we're about to answer the driving question. And then we say, honestly, I could go on. Social issues cause people to change. The temperance movement, that cause prohibition to weapon. So the driving question is, what social issues cause people to change? We talk about, honestly, I could go on. There's a lot of social issues, so we're saying that we could talk about a lot of them. Social issues cause people to change. That's the driving question. And then the temperance movement, that cause prohibition to weapon. The temperance movement is what started prohibition. People didn't like how alcohol was ruining families. So the temperance movement caused prohibition, which banned alcohol.
The next part of our song is the meatpacking business, it is not good. The jungle gave us the FDA. What's the issue? What is the change? Prohibition and bullying. So we talk about the meatpacking business because that's what the jungle is about. The Jungle is a book that talks about all the flaws of the meatpacking business and how they use contaminated meats and stuff. And the FDA is an organization that checks meat before it can be sold to like all the stores. And then we say, what's the issue? What is the change? Prohibition and bullying, because we use prohibition and bullying as our two forms of social change.
So the next part of the song is, this relates to us. Bullying is in our school. Look where we are. There's social change. Look at the social change happening. Hey, 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 hey. Then it goes to the chorus. So I'm going to break this down for you a little bit. This relates to us because in our school there's bullying, whether it's be people calling our boy David short or Blake tall. There's social change because bullying in schools has started to increase, but the last time it was like how it is now was segregation in schools. And we go to the chorus, and that's it for our song. Thanks for watching. DMB for life.
Let's go!